do this. Let's do 17 ways rich people think. And I think it's not just rich people, but it's also how we think as a person. So I want you to understand, when I say rich people, rich/wealth, because it's just not dollars and cents. Does that make sense? Wealth, I'm going to call it wealth, because wealth comes in different variations. Wealth comes in different variations. Your health is part of wealth, Mr. Bill Howard. Bill Bailey, your health is part of wealth. Having a peace of mind. Right now, so many people that they lost their mind through this situation. I see people driving down the street with masks on their car. They're the only one in their car. They're not thinking. They're not thinking. They don't want you to think. But wealth, I'm going to take the place. I'm going to say wealth. And wealth is not just dollars and cents. Wealth is your health. Wealth is your well-being. Wealth is security. Wealth. Okay. So when I say wealth, don't just think dollars and cents. I'm a lot of this past weekend. I'd say it's a very wealthy people's house. I mean, this house had an elevator in it. I mean, clear elevator. I mean, if you'd have seen where I was on the West Coast last week. This week I was on the East Coast, but they think differently. They think differently. And when I left yesterday, they was having another party for the monarch of the family, and everybody in there was entrepreneurs. Everybody was entrepreneurs. And I sat there and I was sitting there looking like, wow, he has a business, he has a business, she has a, they'll have businesses. Question, have you ever seen a person make $1 million on a job? No. They all made it being a business owner like you and I. I never met a billionaire, and I know 3 of them personally. I never met a billionaire that owned a job. They own the business. So let's look at it that way. So wealthy people believe they create their lives. Poor people believe that the life happens to them. And they let life push them around. And this weekend, it was a time for me to reflect. I was down in the Keys and I had a chance to reflect. I met a guy on a bike, and he kind of took me around the island there a little bit. And he came from Cuba, 91 miles. And he was the guy I talked about in stories. But that day I actually met a gentleman that had lost everything, came to America, and he's happy as he could be to get out of Cuba. So it's also in what we think. Now, let me give you some facts and some statistics to think about. 93, write this down, 93% of the people over 65 who have failed financially said it was a lack of planning, a lack of planning, a lack of planning, a lack of planning, a lack of planning. See, the beautiful thing about you and I, we could plan our life out. You can plan the next 5 years to become a senior vice president. You can plan out to be a regional vice president. You can plan it out if you write it down and go to work and make it real. The key is going to work and make it real. Write that down. Going to work and making it what, Mr. Bill Howard? Make it real, make it real, make it real. A lot of times people have goals and ideas and ambitions, but they're here and not written down. My goals are always written down. December 20th, I year my year every year. And you guys always see me bring my little green book out about that thick. I go back 25, 30 years and look at it. Why? Because it's written down. How many of you have written down goals? Mr. Nelson talk about it. I'm not here to beat anybody up, but if you haven't written it down, what are you waiting on? It's not magic. It works. It really works. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. 93% of the people over 65 who's failed financially still because of lack of planning. Don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. Here's another statistic. More 18-year-olds have $100 in the bank than 68-year-old people. That's a statistic. Now think about that. More 18-year-old young people have $100 in the bank than 68-year-old people. Wow, isn't that amazing? Now write this one down. 85% out of 100 people at the age of 65 can't come up with $250. And that's from the Social Security Administration, which is amazing. So let's go back. Number 2, wealthy people play the game of money to win. Poor people play it not to lose. You'll hear this as you start experiencing and involved in your network marketing company, ACN. You'll hear people say, well, I don't have $224 to lose. Or I don't have 20 to gamble with. Or I can't afford to lose this. See, they already got a loser's mentality not to invest in their future. And when I sit down with people, one of the best things I say to people is I sat down with them, just like the young man I met in the Keys, riding me around on a bicycle. I said, let me explain something to you. This is investment in your future. Here's my goal. This is what I always say when I do my Wednesday call. Here's my goal with you. My goal is only, first of all, I tell them how small it is. It's only $224 to get started, Ms. Pat Robinson. It's only that. My goal with you, and I make it personal, is make it $600 to $800 in the first 7 to 10 days. So first of all, I give them a goal, Mr. Dale Ransom, how much it costs to get started, Mr. Ismail. There's only 3 questions people have, Mr. Willie. Number 1, can I do what I saw Mr. Thomas do? Heck, I can read that paper better than he can. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to press upon you how simple it is, Marie. So I'll read so number 1, can I read the paper? Yeah, I can read it. Number 2, how much it's gonna cost me? You mean $224 what it's going to cost me? That's right, Mr. Diggy. It's going to cost you $224. Number 3 question, Sam Foster and Mr. Jamar Sharp. When can I get my money back? That's what the average person thinks. When I told you, you can get the goal is to make it $600 to $800 in the next 7 to 10 days, Mr. Dave Covert. You know exactly. I told you, yep, I can do that. That's right, Mr. Ursula. It's $224 and I can make my money back. How soon? See, that's what they care about, Mr. Lewis, when you sit there and talk to them about the opportunity. Everything else doesn't matter. They want to know, when can I see, because they think small. So we have to get on the level and let them understand this is an investment. Most people don't have an investment. The only investment they have, maybe it's a 401k, if they have it today. And most people don't even have that because they've been going to get money out because of the climate we're in around the world. So wealthy people play the game of money to win, to win. Other people, poor people, play the game not to lose. So I've had people, watch this, some of you can, all the RDs can testify to this. You'll have people that become a customer, will become a customer thinking, woo, I didn't spend no money, even though they're saving money, right, Mr. Kinko? Woo, man, I'd rather be a customer. It cost me nothing but a few dollars versus paying $224 to lose. See, they already come to the table to lose. So if your job and my job is to understand how they think, you have a better shot at getting people. I have a guy today, I got to meet up with him today and give him back his $224. Yep, he got involved, he gave me the cash, put it on my card, then, you know, I say, hey, you're not the guy I'm looking for. You're not, so I'm gonna meet up with him today, I got to give him back his cash because I just don't want to deal with the guy. See, I'd rather tell a person no than take them, get them involved, and they don't do anything with the business. Now they're bad-mouthing AC and Queen A, so I don't have time for that. And you know, you were on my call on Wednesday, you saw how I do this. So remember, wealthy people play the game to win. This is number 2, play the game to win. Other people play the game to lose. I call them poor people. Wealthy people are, number 3, wealthy people are committed to being wealthy. And remember I said wealth, health, mental, right? Physical, it's all wealth. You know, I heard what Mr. Nelson said on Friday about supporting somebody in another MLM. I have a friend of mine text me something last Wednesday about an MLM she's been in for 2 years, and it sounds like a. So I looked at the video this morning. I called her up, and I said, "Look," she said, "I'm in a meeting. Can I call?" I said, "Absolutely. I'm going to support her today. I'm going to support her. I'm going to support her, and I'm going to hope to get a few customers out of it. It's you scratch my back, I scratch your back. I'm not trying to recruit you. You're not trying. So, but I will support you. And by the way, I need you to look at my services. Does that make sense? So wealthy people are committed to being wealthy, and poor people want to be rich. They look like they're rich, you know, but it doesn't take that. It's not that difficult in America to become that through the power of network marketing. I mean, think about it. We have leverage in our favor, and we have the power of residual income. What a beautiful thing. You know, I'm driving down the Keys the other day with the top down, had my cigar going, had the music blasting, and I'm sitting there going, what a beautiful day. What a God-blessed day. Where else in America could a guy with no education, me, go down the highway at whatever time I landed at, take an Uber to the rental car because they were out of convertibles, got in a rental car, drove down to the Keys for 4 hours, taking my time, no rush, no meetings, no nothing, and I was still making, by the time I got to the Keys, 3 new IBOs came into business and a bunch of more customers. And I said, what a blessing on a Thursday to take a 4-hour ride, no hurry, stopping where I want to stop, grab some Cuban coffee, relaxing as I drove, top down. It was a beautiful day. It wasn't sunny. It had a great cloud cover over, so I didn't get that burn. And some of you, Mr. Lewis teased me the other day, said, Miss Thomas, you look a lot darker when you're in Miami than you did here last weekend in San Diego. Now, and I thought about it for a minute, I said, look at God. Here I am, last weekend, I was in an $8 million house on the beach with my buddy Jordan. And here I'm in Florida in the Keys, getting to go to some other people's homes who this house was ridiculous, like a spaceship. And some of you saw the picture, it had a clear elevator in it, go, oh my God, this house is amazing. And I said, God, thank you for allowing me, watch this. Thank you for allowing me to have an opportunity like ACN to live like this, to have the blessings of friends that will let you come to their house, open their home up to you, open their boats up to you. And then I said, it all stems back to being a blessing in network marketing. You look, I learned something a long time ago. I don't need a yacht. I can have friends that have yachts. And I just said, man, God, thank you. Just thank you. So let's go back. Number 3, wealthy people are committed to being wealthy. And poor people want to be rich. They want to look like they're rich. I was in the airport the other day, and I went up to the club, you know, the private for the high. Well, anyway, and I was watching this lady, and I was watching how she walked. I was watching what she had on, and I was watching. You know the difference between a real Louis and a knockoff Louis. They want to look wealthy. And I said to myself, this woman had about $3,000 worth of tattoos on herself. And I said to myself, I said, man, if she really got $224 out of that and went to work in AC, and she could afford the things that she want. But a lot of times people like that want to take the shortcut. Guys, ladies, let me tell you something. You and I are in the best place and the blessed company, right? It's a blessed company. Number 4, wealthy people think big, poor people think small. You know, it doesn't take that much more to think big. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. I was on the phone this morning talking to a dear friend of mine. You guys know who TD Jakes is, right? Yeah, while I was on the phone, I just hung up talking to his brother. He's getting ready to go to a different country. He said, Al, I need to know how the people on this country, because I know you're an international traveler. And I said, you know what? They're no different. They just speak a little different language, but they're no different. And it's okay, despite what you're on the news. And he said, man, I'm looking at a project. I'm thinking bigger than I ever thought before. He says, you know what, Al Thomas, it takes just as much energy to think small as it does big. And guess what? I said, you're right. I concur with that. Folks, I'm here to tell you, it takes just as much. And I want you to really think about thinking bigger than you've ever thought before. Set a goal to your next promotion, and then going to work and making it real. Number 5, wealthy people focus on opportunity. Poor people think of the obstacles. What's my mama gonna say? What my cousin gonna say? What my wife gonna say? What my husband gonna say? We look at so many ways why something won't work. You know what the first word that baby said? That's right, Mr. Cooper said that. As a matter of fact, you saw the pictures of me and Mr. Cooper on Friday. We had lunch together at the Capitol Grill. It was an amazing lunch. Expensive, but amazing. But, you know, it's amazing how they look at obstacles, why something won't work rather than why something will work. I'm always looking at how it will work. And they'll look at why it will not work for them. And you know what? Whatever they say, like Mr. Nelson, you're right. Start laughing. You're right. It won't work for you. I love what he said on Friday. You're right. It won't work for you. Remember, you and I are in the sorting business. And yes, it gets tough. Come on, it gets tough, doesn't it, Mr. Mills? It gets tough, Freddie Sherman. Everybody ain't going to be happy for you. Man, Miss Cooper, it's going to get tough. Mr. Jabrini Kermit, it's going to get tough. Ursula, it's not, everybody ain't going to be happy for you. You got family members, Miss Walker, calling another family member. Watch out, she's doing some pyramid thing. They're going to try to get you in that thing. Watch out. It's sad, but negative news travel twice as much as positive news. Let me tell you, to become a senior vice president ain't easy. To be a regional director, come on now, it ain't easy. I understand. To become a regional vice, it ain't easy. It's only for those that choose to work harder. All the regional directors on here worked. It didn't happen overnight. They worked at it with a plan. Number 4, wealthy people think big and poor people think small. It's so true. It takes just as much energy. Number 5, wealthy people focus on opportunity. And like I said, poor people focus on obstacles. Well, you know, my sister did something like that. My brother-in-law did something like that, and blah, blah. Obstacles. But yet and still they go to work every day hating it. Number 6, wealthy people admire other wealthy people and successful people. Poor people resent successful people. Do you know what? There are family members right now, as you start making things happen in your life, they will cut you. They will want to help you. Trust me, they won't help because now you become successful. Let me break it down personally. My mom and dad said, well, Al, you're good. You don't need anything. We're going to help your sister. I didn't get mad at that. That's their money. It's their money. And yeah, I'm okay. Some of you got been out of shape behind that. My brother's that way. I mean, the more success you become, the more people are not going to be in favor of your success. So get ready for that. It's still lonely at the top. No, it's not lonely at the top. It's just it's sad because you really see people for who they really are. Sisters, cousins, uncles that will not become your customers. They won't do it. But boy, let something happen for them. Man, they want $5, $10. You still got cousins mad at you now because you're being paid back that $5. But you got to go through the numbers, folks. Who said it was going to be easy? If it was easy, everybody would do it. But it's not going to be easy. So let's be honest. When I sat down with a new idea, I told them, let me tell you the negatives. You know why I start with the negatives? Because everybody wants to talk about the positive. Let me tell you the negatives. And here's what I tell people the negatives of this business is. The negative is when your sister, brother, uncle, cousin, aunt say no. Hey, if you can get past that, you're gonna make a lot. You'll be okay. Because I have to set them up for success. And I'm not afraid to tell them. Don't be afraid when they tell you they laugh at you. Do not be afraid when they run away from you. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Because they're gonna knock you. Because anything that's smart, people knock. See, they don't, once you come off that couch and want to sit around and eat bonbons from all day, they're mad at you because you're not one of them. As you start developing yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and get tough in this business, and like Sam Foss said, develop backbone and posture, they not want to hang out with you as much. Oh, you think that phone thing? Yeah, he's doing that phone. He ain't got time to go bowling with us. He ain't got time to go pick his nose. He ain't got time, whatever it may be. Don't fall in that trap. Because they're insecurities because you're doing something. Remember, they can join you, but they'd rather talk about you, shoot you down, than join you. My old friend said in Kentucky, he says, Jim Boyd, never forget his saying. He goes, the higher up the flagpole you go, the more your rear end is exposed. And it's true. The more successful you become, the more they talk about you. I've been out to dinner 3 or 4 years ago. The table next door was talking about me and didn't know what I look like. That guy, Al Thomas, blah, blah. I'm looking like, what? It doesn't bother you. You got to get that backbone. Come on, everybody do it with me. Come on, Sam Foster does. Backbone and posture. You got to get that backbone and posture. Yeah, that's right, Miss Harris in Texas. Lift them weights, girlfriend. You got to get that backbone and posture because people do not like to see people succeed. So as you start becoming successful, understand they'll cut their services off and they pretend like they didn't. Get ready for it. Man, do you realize for years and years and years, I only had one of my relatives as a customer, just one. So get over it. Greg Parmesan said he had 9 of his kids sign up for a while. So get over it. Number 6, wealthy people admire other wealthy people and successful people. We do. This whole weekend, I mean, I was around these entrepreneurs and they have the biggest cup company. They own all the chicken business and another beef. I mean, I couldn't even tell you. Let's just say this. They're beyond the wealth. Their wealth got wealth, okay, generational wealth. And I'm sitting there going like, dang. And they all were entrepreneurs at this house, every one of them. And I was admiring them. Watch this. To be leaving one country to set up a business in another country, leaving that behind that you already built, start all over again at the bottom and building it up again, not from a job, from a business standpoint. And now they have businesses in 8 different countries. And I'm sitting there going, wow, I was the only one that didn't speak Spanish fluently. And I'm sitting there going, my God, look at this surrounding. Look where I'm at today. God, thank you again. Because I'm admiring the success when people come over to this country called America and don't have nothing and they build something from scratch and the whole family's involved. And I said, wow, thank you for letting me see this today. So successful people or wealthy people admire the wealthy people. Poor people resent successful people's success. So get ready for it when they run from you. Number seven, Jamar Sharp. Wealthy people associate with positive, successful people. You'll always see Al Thomas around positive, success people. You won't see me around negative people. I get around them during the holidays, and then it's only limited. It's limited. It's called limited association. Poor people associate with other negative people. Birds of a feather do flock together. It's so true. Every speaker I have on the call has got the mindset that I have and are there to help you build your business. And that's why I surround myself with successful people. And so should you. Okay, number 8. Wealthy people are willing to promote themselves and their values. Poor people don't. You'll never see Al Thomas come out of a strip club. You won't see Al Thomas do, you know, what are your values? What are your values? What do you value? Where's your limit? There's places I can't go. What's your limit? What's your limit? What do you represent? Jim Rohn said, how you do anything, that's how you do what? So say it with me, everything. That's right, Miss Black, everything. Number 9, wealthy people are a problem. Than their problems, yeah. Because see, we understand all the problem is, this is so important for you guys to get, is an opportunity. Oh my God, get this one. All the problem is an opportunity. All we do is solve problems all day long. All we do is solve problems. I have people go, Miss Helen, watch, everybody look at me. They make the problem this big, when in reality it's about that big. Because they let their emotions run them. This guy, Miss Thomas, oh my God, Miss Thomas, why I called to get some customer on Miss Thomas, the guy you told me, he said this, I had to get that. I said, oh, whoa, I ain't gonna say the guy's name. I said, let me tell you something. If you're not gonna spend a few dollars because you don't understand business, let me get your money back. Because see, how you do anything, how you do everything. And all this guy was gonna be is a problem down the road, more problems, because why? He didn't understand it. It's him, not ACN, it's him. It's that stinking thinking. So, and he hang around negative. I can't deal with you, man. Let me go get your money. Let me get your money back. So I'm gonna meet up with him today. I'm gonna give him his cash back. I got time to deal with that. See, while I'm sitting there dealing with that one person so negative about the opportunity, there's 5 people that shot by me that really wants one. Like the guy I met in the Keys on the bike. I got an appointment with him tomorrow morning. He's excited. He's jacked up. Why? He came to America with nothing. And he wants it so bad. I spent 2 hours with that guy. I was just jacked up. Anyway, number 8, wealthy people are willing to promote themselves and their values. Poor people don't. So let me say this, write this down. This is very important when I talk to people. And this helps to get a lot of ideas in the business. And this is what I say to people when I talk to them. Even though they can't see me, I still raise my hand. I said, a wealthy person has no need to hurt you. Write that down. A wealthy person has no need to hurt, no problem to hurt you, no need to hurt you. Have no need to. We got no need to hurt you. If anything, we're trying to help you. It's a poor person that's trying to take what you got. It's a poor person trying to take what you got. You ain't got nothing I want. I'm trying to help you. And when I say that, it sinks in and go like, wow, yeah, that's true. Miss Thomas not even part of my team, but he's here to help me. Wow, that's great. Let me get on his calls. I know Chris King has talked to a lot of people. Look, I'm trying to help you. Rose Guerrero, hey, let me help you up. Let me help you get promoted. Miss Ismail, let me, we're here to help. Miss Luana, the same thing. Brian Baker, I think I don't know if he's on there now. Same thing, he's here to help. Leaders are here to help you. Miss Evelyn, you saw she gets on the call, she's good. I want to help her. Yes, it's true. Who was the last time you helped somebody? Remember that a strong person or wealthy person, let's put strong person, has no need to hurt you. It's a weak person trying to take what you got. You go to the bad part of neighborhoods, what's all on bars up on the wall, on the windows and doors. Why? Another broke person trying to get in on another broke person and try to take what they got. See, a successful person is trying to be generous with it. The house I was at this weekend, they like to break Johnny Walker Black. It's all gone because his father had to go a couple places to get it. And then I bought a bottle of some special, because they like single malts, scotch. So I went and got an extra special, expensive bottle to say thank you. Took one bottle, because I know you like it, and here's another bottle to say thank you. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's about giving and helping and sharing. Okay, next. Number 9, wealthy people are bigger than their problems. Wow. Poor people are smaller than their problems. Ain't that true? You can call any leader and they'll sit there and listen to what you're calling them about, and they'll make the adjustments. They go, oh, wow, thank you. How did you do that? Oh my God, thank you. Because if the average person, if we take time to think about it, we'd have solved our own problem. But we want everything instant today. Everything got to be instant. Let me tell you a story. This guy bought $1 million computers. I mean, a big old computer. It took a whole room to put this computer in. And all of a sudden it broke down. It was, so the guy, the owner, oh my God, this machine, I need this machine because it cost me $1 million. It's part of my, he got on the phone, he called the repairman. He said, machine is stopped. Oh my God, I can't make any money now. Oh, please get over here. How quick you can get here? And the guy said, I'll be there in about an hour. The guy came in an hour and the guy said, oh my God, my machine's broke down. Everything has stopped. I can't make any money, blah, 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 blah. And the guy that came to repair it didn't say a word. He said, where's the machine, sir? He goes, right down here, open the door, my machine, oh my God. The repair guy didn't say a word. He opened up a door, he looked in, he took out a screwdriver and a hammer, he knocked 3 times. Bam, bam, bam. Machine came on. Oh my God, you're the greatest. Oh my God, thank you. The repairman didn't say a word. Didn't say a word, Chris King. Didn't say a word, Miss Castro. Miss Zoe Duffy didn't say a word, Miss Edmund Smith. Not a word, T. Hayes. Not a word. And the repair guy, and the owner said, whoa. The repair guy just made out his bill. Didn't say a word, Curtis Evans. Didn't say a word. Made out his bill and gave it to him. And this is what the bill said. Miss Eileen, it says, $1,000. $1,000? You want to hear for 2 or 3 minutes? What do you mean $1,000? So Miss Hanson, the guy said this, Joe Marshall. He says, you take this bill and you break it down so I can understand this bill. What do you mean $1,000? You want to hear for 2 or 3 minutes? Salesman didn't say a word, Jason. Not a word, Queen Eileen. Not a word, Miss Cooper. Not a word, Miss Baker. Didn't say. He got the bill back in his hand and he broke it down. It said what the bill said. Tapping, $1. Knowing where to tap, $999. Because why? He was an expert. He knew how to solve the problem. And a lot of times, broke people, we're so busy being cheap, we can't see the blessings of what that guy or person brought to our life. These calls are the same way. When I hear Miss Ismail, when I hear Julian Lewis, when I hear the other speakers get on this call, the Kings and everybody else giving and pouring into you, that's $999. Pastor Collins, it's already there. But do you know what you're getting? So powerful. Rich, wealthy people are bigger than their problems. Poor people are smaller than their problems. This is the way to get over these problems. And take the emotions out. That's right, Mr. Payne, take the emotions out. Number 10, wealthy people are wealthy people are excellent receivers. Excellent receivers, Mr. Lewis. See, Mr. Lewis over there taking notes. I'm watching folks take notes. Some of your cameras off. I know y'all ain't taking notes. Poor people are poor receivers. They're takers. They take. Watch this. How many times you guys, the 4th of July is coming up. Some of you guys having people come to your house, family members, a friend or two, tags along. Ain't it funny how they want to take a plate home? All right, Mr. Mills ain't brought jack to your house, but they won't take something. They're takers. Or they come over to your house, they never bring nothing, not even a toothpick. Or eat up all your food, don't bring nothing, Miss Eileen. Nothing. They're just takers. I remember one time I had a party, I had a barbecue. This guy brought some, I said, what'd you bring? Just takers. That's right, Mr. Joe Marshall. Just takers. So you have to be a giver. Be a giver. See, right? Look. With a closed fist, you can't give receipts. See how that, Miss Hanson? You can't give or receive like this. But watch this, Miss Harris. You can open, the more you give, the more God will bless you to give people. I went to the store and bought these guys. I think my bill was $150 for these 2 bottles for these guys. Why? To say thank you. Oh, man, I know. Hey, it's all relative. Y'all could have spent 40 or 50. It's not the point. The point is this. You did something, you gave. Matter of fact, I stopped at the store to get a bow for one of them. I couldn't find a bow. I stopped at 3 stores, couldn't find a bow to put on the box of this one liqueur that I. When I got there, it was like, hey, thank you so much. You think I can go see these people anytime, day or night, roll the carpet out for me? Absolutely. Absolutely. So it takes just a little bit more to go what I call the extra mile. Jim Rohn talks about the extra mile. We don't do that anymore these days. It's called having class and finesse. Okay. Number 11, last one. Let me come on time. Wealthy people choose to get paid based on results. Results. How does ACM pay us? Well, hey, Ms. Thomas, I got 5 people excited. They're ready to go. They're really, really, really real. Okay, you got 5 people, but are they in the system? No, Ms. Thomas, but they're real excited. Well, there's no results in that, son. The results are them coming in the business, first step. The second result is them getting qualified on the spot in the first 24 hours. Now we got results. That means money's coming. Ms. Thomas, I got 3, 4 people lined up for next week to be customers. Hey, that's powerful. Well, what he said? Who's that? Just do it. Art Williams. That's nice. But Ms. Thomas, you don't understand. Yeah, I do. You didn't get paid for results. Wealthy people choose to get paid based on results. Poor people choose to get paid based on time. So that's called a job. Hours for dollars. Think about it. Time. See, a person's time is only worth what they're willing to give up. Silent people give up what they get 10, 12, 15, whatever it is, an hour. They're giving up time. 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 I love this. I wrote this in my book right here in my journal. Everybody look up here on my appointment book. I got it written in my journal and my appointment book. Watch, listen to this. You show up to a job. Now, I'm not here knocking jobs, so I'm trying to be a nice guy. I'm not doing. I know. You show up to a job before you show up for your own dreams. Bam, drop the mic. Let me say that again. Write it down. I wrote it down. Matter of fact, look at it. It's in yellow. It's at the top of this page on this is my appointment book. I got it on my appointment book. I got it in my notes and I got it in my journal. I write things down 3 times in triplets. You show up for a job before you show up for your own dreams. I didn't say that. I just took a quote down. Somebody said it. I just wrote it down because it was fascinating to me. I'll say it again, Ms. Belinda. I heard you. You'll show up for a job. Listen to this. Monday through Friday, 10, 15, 20 years. Before you show up for your own dreams. Bill Howard wrote it down. Let's see if Billy got it. You'll show up for a job before you show up for your own dreams. That's right. Mr. Nelson said it. Thank you, Miss Caroline Baker. See, I write stuff down from everybody. Miss Baker knew. You show up for a job before you show up for your own dreams. You'll show up for a job before you show up for your own dreams. Sam Foster's loving that one. You'll show up for a job. Yeah, you need to hear it daily. Mr. Sharp, why do you think I got it wrote it in my appointment book right here at the top of the page? Somewhere special where I can view it. Why do you think I can go right to it? Because I put certain quotes in the spot that I can get to. Thank you, Sam Foster. Sad. I know, sir. Now, watch this. You all, because you're successful, you all understand to put an hour to 2 to 3 hours every day in your business. You understand that. I got Mr. Payon going out and getting 3 names a day. He can't come home. Now he's up to 4 or 5 names every day. He's skipping through it like nothing. But I remember when it was a task for him. Some of you, Mr. Julian Lewis had the 445 Club. You know, some of you it was a task for. Miss Belinda Batiste gave a testimony on Friday how she's loving it. The question is, what are you stretching yourself to? So here's what I want you to stretch to. And make a commitment today to your next promotion. Put a date on it. And then go to work and make it real. And don't do it 3 and 4 or 5 times this year. Just get it done. I mean, it's not that difficult. What is Shaquille Cooper talking about? These men, I worked at, he says working at Applebee's is hard. This is easy. I get paid to talk to people. Matter of fact, when I left Mr. Cooper for lunch the other day, he was going to the mall to do some prospecting. And I said, oh my God, I have to tell Sam Foster you're going to the mall. He was leaving there with the guy, one of his IBOs heading to the mall to prospect in Miami. He don't know nobody in Miami Harbor. He started a new team down there. We had a great lunch. We had about a 2.5 hour lunch on Friday. I said, man, get whatever you want. Get whatever you want. Here's what some of y'all said. Well, look on the right side of the price. Then no, get whatever you want. Willie's laughing. Get whatever you want. Because that was my way. Watch this. A wealthy person always give back. That was my way to say thank you from all of us for the blessings that you showered on everybody on this call. I have to give back. I'm a leader. I have to give back. I have to give back to say thank you for blessing everybody, regardless of team they're on. Mr. Julian Lewis, the week before, down there having lunch with him, and I said, have your people come 2 hours later. They came an hour later. Next thing you know, everybody at the table. Well, give me the tab. Shower down on him because he's special. He pours his heart out. Take time to put together something for you, Willie, for you, Ms. Akinko, for Sam Foster, for Ms. Collins, for Mr. Mills, for Mr. Payon, for all of you. Now, whether you take it or not and run with it, that's on you. Because all I can say, you guys got the best of the best of the best here. And this is every day, 6 days, 7 days a week. And you can't get nobody. You can't say it's not because these calls. Maybe you need to look in the mirror. I'm just saying, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. What do I know? I've been doing it 28 years. What do I know? Let me move on. Number 12. Wealthy people think both. Poor people think either or. Let me say that again. Wealthy people think both. Poor people think either or. See, we think one way, positive. They think negative and positive at the same time. Well, what if I get in and don't make it? So that's either or. What if you do make it? But they don't think that way. They don't think that way. It's always the negative. What's the first word that baby learns like mommy and daddy? No, 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 no. Either, think about it. Either or. That's how they think. Either or. It can't be positive. It's got to be either or. First word they think of the word is no. And I had a no on my desk. So you flip it upside down, it means on. On to the next person. Number 13. Wealthy people focus on their net worth. Poor people focus on their work income. Oh, that's a deep one. Let me say it again. Wealthy people focus on their net worth. If I would ask you what your net worth is, I'm not here to put nobody in spot. You can do this exercise later, okay? Poor people focus on their working income. Wow. That's a deep one right there. Let me say it again. Wealthy people focus on their net worth. Poor people focus on their working income. You can stop the average person. Hey, how much you make an hour? Bam, they can tell you. But how much is your net worth? What's that? what net worth? What net? Mr. Jason over there cracking up laughing. Let's do an exercise. Let's say somebody makes $25 an hour. Mr. Jason's cracking up over there. I'm having fun looking at you, sir. $25 an hour on a job times 8 hours. Can we do it that way? 8 hours. So you made $200 that day. No, you didn't. Let's do it again. Get your how to get a calculator out. Let's have some fun. Mr. Thomas, I'm doing pretty good. I make $25 an hour times 8 hours. Okay, 25 times 8 is $200 for the day. No, you didn't make that. See, if you looked over a 24-hour time, you made $8.33. If you stretch it over 24 hours. But see, the average person who worked don't think that way. So if you took the $200 divided by 24 hours, you made $8.33 an hour for the day. But see, wealthy people, that's how we look at things. You didn't make $25 an hour. Oh, that's right, Ms. Carver. And don't forget the taxes. Watch this. You pay more than I do because I got write-offs. Stop it, Al Thomas. Stop it. So, what's more powerful? Net worth, or working income? Net worth. That's right. Profits are better than wages. The house I spent the last couple of nights in on this lake all entrepreneurs. You should see some of the toys outside parked. This one guy's got a Lamborghini truck, brand new Lamborghini truck. That's about a $325,000 vehicle. Just one of the cars out there. You think he got that on a job? Entrepreneur. I have never met a person, maybe I'm wrong, maybe you guys can help me. When was the last time you met a millionaire or multi-millionaire and had a job? They own businesses like ACN. My 3 billionaires that mentored me, never had a job. They were all entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, 9-to-5ers. Big difference. Big difference in the two. You know, I went down to the Keys. I went to Miami, and I'd have to call in sick. I didn't ask nobody. I just made the reservation and go. Big difference in how we think. I'm trying to get you guys get there. I want y'all there with me. Number 14, wealthy people manage their money well. Broke people mismanage their money well. That's why they call it. Here again, don't get me. Don't get me. I'm not trying to. That's why they call it paycheck to what? Paycheck. Robbing Peter to pay who? Paul. But no, I'm not gonna do that pyramid thing. No, I'm not doing that networking thing. Interesting. Let me say it again. Wealthy people manage their money well. Poor people mismanage their money well. They all manage it. One better than others. We have leftovers. That's how we can take. Remember, there's 4 levels of money. Do anybody remember me teaching on 4 levels of money? Level number 1 is survival money. Barely can make it. Number 2 kind of money is everyday money. In your pocket, everyday money. The 3rd type of money, Miss Eileen, is investment money. You got a little more money, you could invest in real estate or invest in your business in ACN, right? And the 4th type of money is FU money. Not what you're thinking, Mr. Diggy. FU money means fun unlimited. That's when you got excess capital to do whatever you please. Go where you want to go, buy what you want to buy. You don't have to look at the price tags. So that's 4 levels of money. I've taught that before. Okay. Number 15. Wealthy people have their money working hard for them. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Poor people work harder for their money. I'm going to say that again. Wealthy people have their money work hard for them. We do. Poor people work harder than their money. Let that one sink in. One day I'll do a talk about investments, but my biggest prayer is get you guys up to that level. You could this number 4 level, we can really go crazy. Because I know some of you, God bless you. I love you. You're on here. You're making enough to make ends meet. ACN money is not where you want to be yet, but I want you to get it so big, so bad. I want your check so big. So I want it so big that when you take it to the bank, I mean, make the bank bounce. But we got to get you there. And you can do that in this industry called network marketing. Okay. It's my biggest prayer for every one of you. And then also part 2 of my prayer for you is when it start getting that good, don't let it go to your head. Please stay humble, stay humble, stay humble, stay humble. Number 16, wealthy people act in spite of fear. Poor people let the fear stop them. Whoa. Whoa. That's a big one there, Miss Luana. Wealthy people act in spite of the fear. F-E-A-R, false education appearing real, only in your mind. Poor people let fear stop them. Let it stop them. You know, I would do ACN, but my cousin, hey, but it's always a but there. Let me tell you a story. A lady I met many, many, many moons ago. Her name is Rose Lay. I will never, ever forget this little country bumpkin. She lived down in a little place called in Little Rock, Arkansas, on a street called Battery. And never forget it. Never forget this woman. She said something one time with her southern accent. I'll never forget, Miss Ismail. She said this. She said, Miss Walker, sometime in life, you just gotta go on ahead anyhow. Let me say it again with her little country self. She said, in life, things may not go as you want, but you gotta go on ahead anyhow. Anyhow. I said, Lord, man, it's stuck in my spirit. Mr. Dave Foster, when she said that, Mr. Dave Culver, it just hit me. Miss Mary Perez, I never forget that. I will never, ever forget that lady. Rosalie, sometimes you gotta go on ahead anyhow, despite how it looks. And whenever something comes to me, I think about her and I smile, and guess what? I have to go on ahead anyhow. How about you? You let fear stop you? Read the book Outwitting the Devil. He'll show you all the tricks he's using to slow you down. But sometimes you just gotta go on ahead anyhow. So many of us get fear struck. Some of you let things stop you. Have you noticed 95% of things you worry about never come true? Miss Evelyn Muskie, have you noticed that? 95% things that you worry about never come true. Never come true. Charles Jackson, never come true. Lance, never come true. Loopy, they never come true. Al Randolph, they never come. Why do you worry? Why you spend so much time worrying about stuff that's out of your control? I don't worry about what they're doing in Washington, on Wall. I don't care about it because it's out of my control. All Alzheimer's worry about is how many IBOs and customers within my control, And if something happens, I'll hear about it. If I really need to know that bad, trust me, it's enough, y'all, I'll hear about it. I don't waste any of my day worrying about stuff that I got no control over. Why do you let it? If something happens, it happens. I missed a call the co-founders had the other day because I had you guys to talk to. And I figured if it was important, I hear about it. You guys are more important to me. I missed a call. I had another call. I was on a flight. I missed that call too. Then Brian Baker calls me. Hey, you hear the announcement? No, I sure did. What happened? He told me. Brian Baker said, well, we bought Stream Energy. Oh, see, if it's important enough, I will hear about it. I said, guys, I know 4 or 5 of the players over there. True story. My phone rang yesterday, Saturday. One of the guys called me. Hey, Al, your company just bought our company. I go, I know. I can't tell his name. And he was in my Excel downline. And I said, hey, man, I got a spot ready for you to come in at right now. I'll call you Monday or Tuesday. I know them boys over there. He called me, wished me happy Father's Day. That was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. He called me wishing happy Father's Day yesterday. I ain't talked to this guy in 5 or 6 years. And if I say his name, Sam Foster, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I said, man, see, that's why I don't change my phone number. That's why I don't change my phone number. You never know who's going to call you 5, 6, 7 years later. Hey, I'm ready to get started. That was yesterday on Father's Day. Al Thomas, I want to call him wish happy Father's Day, but guess what? Your company bought our company. Man, I remember when I got started with Al Thomas, I was young at that time. Now I'm more mature. That's what he said. I said, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to tell you his name. Blah, blah, blah. I got a spot in within my organization, especially for you, just for you. You never know. Julian Lewis said, you never know you get that call. Julian Lewis got called people before too. I guarantee you. I've had the same number for 150 years. I've had this number as long as Yoda been around. Me and Yoda, I'm like, I have this number as long as Yoda. I never changed my number. You never know who's gonna call you. Man, I'm like Yoda, I ain't changed nothing. Man, that call could be worth a lot of money to me. My God. Rich people act in spite of fear. Poor people let fear stop them. Number 17, my last one. Wealthy people continually learn and grow. Man, I'm always learning. I got a new book I'm reading. I read on the plane. It's about silver, the big silver short. And it's about 17 investors that, well, anyway, Mr. Chris King gave me this one the last time I saw him. Mr. Hull. I'm almost, because I read 3 or 4 books at a time. Winners, what did it say? Winning every day. See, you know what, Mr. King? Mr. King's a blessing. I give him books, he gives me books. Who you giving a book to? Who you blessing with? I read 3 books at a time. Different time, well, not all at once, but I got on the plane last night, first class, Reading. Reading. Rich people constantly learn, continually learn and grow. Are you learning and growing? Write this down. School is never out for the professional. School is never out for the professional. I am always learning. I'm always learning. I'm always learning. I remember one time I was in first class flying and I saw this magazine. I picked it up in the seat and I started reading and I saw this. I wanted to take, I don't want the whole magazine. I tear the page out. What I need, I don't need the whole doggone thing. I just need just one page. And the guy sat next to me and I looked at him. He looked at me. I said, "Oh, excuse me. Is this your magazine?" You know, yeah. I said, "Let me get your cocktail." I'm always learning. 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 This weekend, what did I learn? I was at a house. You should have seen this house. It had to be a $3 million house. I'm in this house with nothing but entrepreneurs, international entrepreneurs. These people have businesses in 7 countries. Humble as you want to be. Humble. Humble. Giving and loving and just humble. What I learned? I'm sitting there backed up watching this. So now I'll take a mental note of this. And all I said, God, thank you for letting me see this. I didn't have to see this. I could have been stuck in a hotel room for 2 days out their home. They invited, oh my God, roll out the red, oh my God. Wealthy people constantly learn and grow. And I was sitting there praying. I said, God, last weekend I was in an $8 million house with my buddy Jordan. This weekend I'm in a $3 million house with a see-through elevator with all these wealthy people internationally. And I'm the only one here that don't speak fluent Spanish. And I'm working on it. And I said, God, thank you, let me see this. Thank you for the experience. Well, how did I get the experience? I had to do these things to be able to get the experience. Wow. Bill Howard, Bill Bailey, because I built up something with people. Now I get to springboard into experiences that a lot of people will never see or hear about. Rich, wealthy people consistently learn and grow. Watch this. Poor people think they know it all. They think they know. How many times you probably say, oh, I know all about ACN. Oh, I know all about this stuff. Then why is your car smoking and only got 3 tires and 2-tone, 1 color's rust on it if you know all about this stuff? Oh, yeah, I know about this, Mr. Ranch. Yeah, I know about this stuff. Yeah. Sensation, yeah, you trying to get my money. Yeah, it's a pyramid. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? Daryl Ranch laughing. I know all about this stuff. Here's what I say to people like that, Mr. Ismail. Tell me about it. Well, you know, yeah, you know all about this stuff. The last thing we'll leave you guys with is some statistics. Here we go. About Americans over 65. Here's statistics. 89% Sam Foster on Social Security benefits. 89% of them, because they didn't plan well early in life. Number 2, 45% are partially dependent upon relatives. Have you noticed sometimes when people get old, they move on to kids because they didn't plan well? And folks, I'm saying this because I want you to plan well. 30% are partially dependent upon charity. You know, when I used to buy a lot of real estate, I always bought 4 bedrooms, make sure one of the bedrooms was downstairs. Why? Because grandma and grandpa in tow, they can't climb stairs. And when they were moving my house, they would stay there for 5, 10, 15 years. Because they always take the bedroom downstairs. It's a little tip. 30% are partially dependent upon charity. Isn't that amazing? The church, handouts. Watch this. 2% are self-sufficient, able to maintain their lifestyle. And this is printed by the Social Security Department. I mean, we go again. 89% are Social Security benefit roll. 89%. 45% are partially dependent upon relatives. 30% partially dependent upon charity, and 2% are self-sufficient to maintain their lifestyle. That's what the Social Security Administration came out with. Folks, I hope this bless you today, because let me tell you something. These 17 ways to be wealthy, it's and most of it's mental more than anything. Most of it is just sticking it out. Any regional director on this call can tell you they had to laugh through a lot of this stuff. They had breakthroughs. They had aha moments. That's why Sam Foster's doing so, because the aha moments. He's doing everything, and a lot of you on here are doing a lot of things that the RDs and RVPs are doing to get you where you want to go. You know, Miss Akiko's over in Japan. Her and her husband, RDs. You know why? They had to go through some things, some trials, some tribulations, ups and downs. People question who they are, question why they're doing. Everybody knows one of the first things that people ask is, so why are you doing this, Mr. Mills? You know, have your story ready. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. What about you? Aren't you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Come join me. But see, you got to have a story ready for people. They always want to know how you're doing with the business. Man, I'm doing better than most. At least I'm trying. I'm doing better than some people do. You know, so have your story ready. Because people are going to be looking like never before. Let me tell you why before I get off this call. We're entering another phase of this situation. And the phase is that money's going to get cut off a lot of people. The moratoriums, rent moratoriums, house, oh, it's going to be different. I'm telling you, you guys have the right company, the right opportunity, the right time. Now, the last thing I want you to think about, how blessed this company is. January the 6th, 2020, the company foresaw from $4.99, listen up, to $199. Let me tell you, now watch how blessed we are. Before the situation happened, oh my God, that's a blessed company. That's a blessed company. A 2-month run before the situation happened. And let me tell you, we're walking into another season. Don't take my word, just watch. Well, people are going to be looking for you when this funny money get cut off and you have the answers. Folks, I'm just so excited for your future for the second half of this year. Half this month's already gone. Some of you are getting ready for the 4th of July, whatever's going to happen, but boy, take ACN everywhere you go with you, Mr. Mills. And you'll become a Julian Lewis with wavery hair and RD on your head with RVP not too far away. And you'll be looking up and you're going to find some of your best people when you least expect it. Folks, I want to thank every one of you tonight at 6 o'clock. If I were you, I would learn, not just come on, I would learn how to do an effective call of getting people in your business. Some of you have not even joined us yet. I'm trying to get you prepared for the next season. Yesterday was the beginning of summer. Now people are going to be out looking. And I'm telling you something, I'm going to give you some insight. God is, yesterday was the beginning of summer. Summertime, as Jim Rohn says, that when the ant gathered the food for the winter. Start gathering your IBOs and your customers for the winter. Because for some folks, it's going to be a tough winter. For you, you have a blessed winter because you start playing it early. And when things get bad, you'll be good.